What's up, Niner faithful? Hey, give me an audio check as I am on the road. Always like to know that the audio is good. Got my mic here. I think I'm close enough to it, but want to make sure everybody can hear it. What a great weekend of frickin' football. I mean, unbelievable playoff games. Just crazy. I just finished watching that Bills Chiefs game, and I agree with some in the comments that yes, it was almost a shame that you had overtime end with one touchdown. When you have two dynamic offenses like that, you absolutely cannot allow it to end on a single touchdown. For most teams in overtime, to get the touchdown is a real accomplishment. When two defenses are getting gashed like that, I mean, honestly, you can't let it end. To have Josh Allen have the game that he had and then not to be able to answer back, it's just wild. Just wild. But our game was wild as well. We had a fantastic, fantastic game in Lambeau, and I was there. Let me tell you about it. It was spectacular. All right, I haven't seen any complaints about my audio, so I am assuming it is good. People are absolutely blowing up in the chat. All right, let's talk about this Lambeau experience. I want to give a shout out to the people of Green Bay, to the Green Bay fans. Let me tell you, if you have yet to experience a game at Green Bay, at Lambeau Field, man, some very, very kind fans. I mean, amazing people. I give them a nod of my head, a tip of the cap to all the Packers fans that welcomed me to Lambeau. I mean, literally walked up to me and welcomed me to the stadium and said, have a great game. Good luck today. Just very kind people. It was a very refreshing experience. Yes, Bullpup 33, they are a lot more civil. It was so great. And yes, Serial, they were kind after the game. That speaks to just how good the people were. I had folks on my left and my right. I'm obsessed with getting good value on great seats. And so I was sitting 50-yard line, got in next to some folks that had owned their seats since Lambeau Field opened. I mean, I had the 85-year-old father who was there with his wife and his daughter, middle-aged daughter, and it was his father that originally bought the tickets. I just love history like that. I love a football, an organization that has such rich roots and a fan base that appreciates that and shows the respect to other fan bases coming in. I mean, just a lesson for me, for all 49er faithful. Treat people with respect when they're guests in your house. It's just the right thing to do. Absolutely. Man, I was fired up. Very impressed with the facade of Lambeau Field. Just the magnitude as you walk up to it. I threw some pictures up on Twitter. You can follow me at the left Schuh, where I was approaching it, and it was just, man, I was struck by the stadium itself, by the exterior of it. Got in line, went into the different facilities around it prior to the game. Got tons of food prior to the game. Good brats, let me tell you. And then when you get in, there's all sorts of indoor expansive space there. They did a great job of marrying the old and the new. The old, the classic stadium itself, but new facilities, new indoor spaces. I mean, just really, really wild. I saw a super chat coming in here. Jonathan R., to all the Niner fans complaining about the game yesterday, please shut up. No quarterback played good, but Jimmy did enough. We are in the NFC Championship game. Stop. Jonathan, I wholeheartedly agree with the sentiment of enjoy this win, and I actually have a topic. I mean, I will show you. I am not lying about this, Jonathan. See that banner down there? Enjoy the wins. I am in full agreement of that. I just think, and I'll touch on it in a little bit because that is a topic. You know what? No, the super chat earns you topic skipping. I will come back to talk about Lambeau in just one moment. But I get it. I get the frustration. I get the idea that Jimmy didn't play well And I get the temptation from that, which is to then pile on him and call for Trey and not enjoy the win. Let me tell you this, playoff wins on the road do not happen often. Go back and check Joe Montana's road playoff victory record. It is hard to do, and the Niners did it. Who cares how it happened? For right now, enjoy it for at least 24 hours. I say 48. I say just let the joy continue on and then go back and pick it apart. Then go back and ask yourself, what are the things the Niners could have improved on? But if you miss that critical step of enjoying the win, of just saying to yourself, man, the Niners just went on the road into Green Bay in terrible weather and pulled one out. The gutsiest win I have seen in a very, very long time. I'm not telling people how to be a fan here. I am not. You do whatever you want to do. But what I am advising you on is how to be a little bit happier in life. Because let me tell you, in life and in football, the wins don't always come one after another. Sometimes the wins are fleeting. Sometimes you can go a couple of years where it seems like a win is a hard thing to come by. If you're unable to appreciate those wins when they happen and you're already living in the negative, man, you're just depriving yourself of joy. You're stealing joy from yourself, and I'm here to tell you to stop it. Appreciate that joy. Revel in that joy. Bask in that joy. It is so much sweeter if you can. So much sweeter if you can. I'll get back to some of the comments here. Jonathan coming back in to say, it was a complete team win on a short week in bad weather, and we found a way to win. Stop arguing style points. Jonathan, I am all on board with this. I'm not yelling at fans for it. I'm not condemning anyone for any belief they have. But I will say that you are just depriving yourself of the opportunity to soak in an impressive Niners victory. One for the ages. Don't deprive yourself of that. Don't rob yourself of that. Jonathan, I appreciate you bringing that in. Kim with the question here. One of our sneakerheads, Rob, over under 5 layers. Well over. Had the socks and technical boots. I mean, look at these bad boys still covered in salt and whatnot. But, some beauties that I picked up that kept my feet just nice and warm. Had the ski socks on, had long john underwear, some puffy down pants, and then ski pants over that. So 3 layers just on the bottom. Had the hand warmers, two of them in each pocket stuffed in. I have red burn marks on my thighs from when those things were sitting on my thighs. I'm going back to the experience at Lambeau here. We're talking about Lambeau. And yes, on the top, I had the long underwear there. I had a Niners shirt on top of that, of course. And then I had another ski shirt on top of that. And then I had a vest on top of that. And then a jacket. And then my Niners parka. I had the freaking full face shield, little beanie cap, and the Niners cap. I mean, I was rolling, Kim. It was glorious. All right, I want to give a shout out to Matt S., one of our sneakerheads on the channel, who was able to come out and meet me in Lambeau. We were just one section apart. End of the game, when I had that video, there's a cameo by Matt in there. It's epic. He runs in. We're just celebrating. I mean, it was a phenomenal experience. I will say this. I took many moments to just appreciate what I was sitting through, even when we were losing. During the first half, I sat down, I was quiet with myself, and I just was grateful for the moment. I was grateful to be there in Lambeau, to check off that stadium, to be able to put that pin in my map back home. You guys all know it well. It's in the background of every shot. And to go to Lambeau for a meaningful January football game in a season where it looked like we weren't going anywhere. So I was very present in the moment. I was very grateful to be able to be there. And then let me tell you, the cold. So I was expecting it to be brutal. I layered up as I just went through and listed off all of the things that I wore, but it kept me comfy throughout. Quite literally, I was warm. I was actually warm while I was there, and it was wild. I mean, throughout, had the hand warmers in my gloves. I had two pairs of gloves because well, fancy gloves that have like inner glove linings and then the glove itself. So I could put the glove linings on, hold on to hand warmers in each hand, and then stuff them into the gloves, not even using the fingers, just clutching them warmly like that. And it was everything was needed. But as the snow started to come down, I knew. I freaking knew at that point. I knew the Niners were going to come back. I could just sense it. I was at Lambeau, a historic rivalry, two historic franchises, and I just knew. I just knew that it was too picture perfect for the Niners to lose. A random thing occurred where I had the opportunity to have a dinner with Brandon Ayuk's mother the night before. She was the sweetest woman. Martha, if you happen to see this, I had a wonderful time. It was great conversing with you and other Niner fans that were there as well. Great to meet Grant in person. I mean, it was just too special of an experience throughout the entire weekend for it to end in a negative light. And it just washed over me. I knew it. The snow was coming down. I looked up to the heavens, and it was just picture freaking perfect. I saw a super chat coming in. Gonna get to that before I talk about the sketchy ass drive I took back to Oshkosh. Greg Hagenson coming in. We did it again. Can't believe it. Sneakerheads United. How was Green Bay? It was phenomenal. Green Bay was phenomenal. Had great food, had great company, had great game day experiences, enjoyed the town, enjoyed the people. I just loved talking with everyone everywhere that I went because everyone was so friendly. Everyone was so kind. Even though we were on opposite sides of who we were rooting for, both before the game and after the game. Everyone maintained that true to self, honest to goodness, Midwest kindness that I think this world needs more of, if I'm going to be quite honest about it. It was wild. The one thing that wasn't good was driving back home from the frickin' game at Lambeau Field to Oshkosh. I was staying at this convention center on the river in Oshkosh slash Appleton, right? I thought it was a better deal, and I thought it was a closer drive. Well, turns out after the game, with all the traffic and with the snow that started in the game, it was mayhem. And Apple decided to get me around some traffic by going off into these little roads that were quickly filling up with snow. And I had an SUV that was somehow not all-wheel drive. Thank you, Enterprise, for that lovely, lovely choice. And it got sketchy, people. I started to think to myself, I was going to run off the road and end up in some sort of a misery situation. I'm going to wake up and Kathy Bates is going to be standing over me, ready to hobble me because of my Niners gear that I'm wearing. It was the sketchiest conditions I have driven in, maybe in all of my life, certainly in the last, I don't know, dozen years, right? It's one thing to go in the rain where you can barely see on the highway because it's coming down so thick. But when you can't get traction, that's a little sketchier. Yes. But other than that, Green Bay was epic. I'm still in Chicago. I decided to do, when I booked this whole thing, I knew I would want a night to either cry myself to sleep and take a hot bath to recover or celebrate. So I'm in Chicago, got a nice hotel room, living the dream here. Jonathan, back in. We should have called play action on the fourth down. Also, last drive, I kept yelling, move the chains, win the game. We gonna snatch Rams' souls, Debo. I would agree that fourth down call was highly suspect. That was an unfortunate choice, if you ask me. I would have gone QB sneak on that one. I mean, we are basically freaking perfect on QB sneaks. Pete coming in here. I lost my voice after the block punt. Great win. I'm happy the Niners are playing home next weekend at SoFi Stadium. LOL. Man, we got to get out there and buy tickets. I got in the queue to look at it. Prices are crazy. And there's Rams players' wives trying to buy up all the tickets. So, Niner fans, get out there, buy those tickets, bite the bullet, try to get a deal on them. And I'm telling you, it is, we need to be there. We need to create a home field environment because we are a road traveled team, man. We are going to be battered and bruised after that game against Green Bay. We definitely need to show up in force. I'm going to be there. Mark my frickin' words. Steve-O Supremo coming in to let me know he's from Oshkosh. Small world. I enjoyed the town. I was right at the convention center, like a Best Western Plus or something, convention center thing, right there on the river. I thought it was great. It was cold as balls. But other than that, really freaking good. Sean951 coming in. Rob, let's freaking go. The Rams? Laughing my freaking ass off. Shanny ain't losing to them. 49ers 28-10. Bank it. 49ers versus Chiefs 2.0. Let's go. Don't matter. No data needed. Destiny. Man, I hope you are predicting the future, Sean. Sounds sweet to me. CT Law, glad you had a good time. Were you able to avoid Grant and his conspiracy theories? LOL. No, Grant and I had dinner. Again, we were there with Brandon Ayuk's mom, a couple of other fans, Niner fans. It was a great dinner, great conversation. I couldn't believe just how friendly and open and wonderful Martha Ayuk was. I mean, again, just such a terrific person, such a wonderful experience. Man, I couldn't be more grateful for this past weekend, for being able to be in Green Bay, for being now here in Chicago, soaking it in, having Bears fans come up to me and say, yeah, F the pack, right? They are so excited that we knocked off the Green Bay Packers. There's so much disdain here. It is fantastic. Yes, Gabriel pointing out LA is attempting to prevent 49er faithful from buying tickets. It's BS. I have seen that shit before. I gotta cuss. Sometimes I get too upset to frickin' because that's petty. I've seen the Seahawks do it before, and it was petty then, and it's petty now. But you know plenty of people that live in LA. I know people in LA. If you don't know someone in LA, reach out to me. I will connect you with someone who's in LA. We will show up in force. The only thing that will keep us from going is if you don't have the coin to go to the game. That's one thing. I get it, man. It is ridiculously priced. But if you can afford to go, don't let their restrictions get in your way. I'm telling you. All right, getting back into the topics here. I just got to comment on the idea that the special teams completely redeemed themselves. They completely redeemed themselves. Double Barrel is loving the cuss. People are like, wait, Rob just cussed? Yes. When you meet me in real life, I actually cuss quite a bit when I'm excited and talking about the Niners. In my post-game celebration, and when I wasn't on video especially, I was cursing quite a bit. It was pretty phenomenal. But yes, special teams, the bane of our existence all year long. Richard Hightower took criticism from me, from all of you. We were all cursing Richard Hightower, right? Not anymore. Not after this one. Not after Richard Hightower's unit single-handedly got us to the NFC Championship game. It is so picture perfect. It is so storybook. It is something that must be appreciated. You must take a moment to recognize just how special that is, that this team, as good as the offense and defense were, carrying us all season, all those special teams gaffes that occurred, those games that we actually lost because of special teams, us cursing various contributors on the unit, certainly giving grief to Richard Hightower. But now they have totally redeemed themselves. I mean, everything that they did earlier on in the year is forgotten in my book. Completely forgotten. I am a Richard Hightower supporter. I mean, I still think you got to look at that position in the offseason. But for right now, he is a godsend. Whatever he did to get that unit fired up, whatever each one of those individual contributors heard from Richard or said to Richard, whatever the team effort was that got that win and got special teams to perform at the level that they did, oh my God, it was just so amazing. Craig coming in on the super chat. Let's get 7 in a row with some extra luck in the Super Bowl. Would that be awesome, Craig? That would be epic. I mean, look back at this season when the 49ers were 3-5. Did you think that this team could do what they're doing right now? Did you think there was any chance? Any chance whatsoever? Most of us didn't. I kept some hope. You can go back and watch my videos, but I'm a pretty glass half full type of guy. I'm not going to lie. I am not going to lie. I thought to myself, when I was doing that Packers stream and I was gleefully showing off my parka and I knocked my mug off of the freaking desk and it broke on the floor. I was like, I don't believe in superstition, but was that a bad omen? But no, it turns out it was a sacrifice. It was a sacrifice that needed to be made for the special teams to rise up to where they did. And it was a sacrifice I would make again. Because you know what? All I did was go on eBay and find myself a couple more of those mugs. And they are on the way and will be there soon. The reinforcements have arrived. I even may have gotten enough to give away some on the channel so that some of you can have your very own Cheers mug as well. Sean coming in here. Rob, everything I said has been true. Rams are poo-poo. No one will beat our D. Dallas, 17 points. Green Bay, 10 points. 49ers, 3 games in LA in 6 weeks. Quest for 6, done. I love the optimism. I absolutely adore it. I eat it up with a spoon. Rodman Sanchez, when is Jimmy going to have a decent game? How about next week against the Rams? He tends to have pretty decent games against the Rams. I mean, in general, dude's pretty freaking good. Wait, I want to see it. I want to see it because I saw that, Randall. Yes, chip in a chair. What did we say? What did we say? All you need is a chip in a chair. People were saying, well, the Niners backed into the playoffs, even though we won to get in. Oh, the Niners are trash. Look at their record. Are they saying that anymore? I don't think so. We are in. All you need is that chip in a chair. Joe Stoll, that game was legendary. How about Jimmy Ward and Jordan Willis? Debo becomes more badass every week. I was screaming at Jimmy G, but once again, he did it. I'm telling you, like, you can get mad at him. I know I got a little mad at him. I know a lot of 49er fans got a little mad at him. But the man did continue to ball and deliver. I'm not attributing any win to Jimmy, but I'm giving him some credit. Just a little. Wisco Niners Nation. One of our sneakerheads as well. Same for Joe Stoll the moment before. It was great night. It was a great night all around. Glad you made it back all right. Me too, Wisco. Amazing sight to see all the disappointed Packer fans' faces. Now on to LA. I did feel bad. I will say I honestly felt bad because the Packers fans were so nice. Like I said earlier in the video, they were so kind that my jubilation was 100% real. I mean, I could not contain myself. And yet, Packer fans on either side that I cared for by the end of the game. They were good people. I didn't care for them, but like they were good people. I did care for them on some level, some human level. And so I had to wait until they really got by and got out, and then I let loose. And then the cursing and the just over the top. It was unreal. Unreal. If you think the video that I put up on my channel is me getting nuts, you should have seen me when I wasn't on video, when I was celebrating with other Niner fans. I'm telling you. Sean 951. Special teams still sucks. Don't rely on them. This year is about D'Amico. A-Rod and Adams 2022. You know what I said. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Yes, you've made some bold predictions, Sean. If they come true, I will give you maximum credit. I mean, I will dedicate a segment to how right you were if you are right. Godzilla coming in. How about Quadzilla? I mean, thank God. I don't like to celebrate a injury. It turns out that's why he was out in the third. But if A.J. Dillon had continued to pound the rock the way that he did, I guess you got to give credit to our defense for hitting him so hard that they broke one of his ribs, right? Again, don't celebrate injury, but that is a physical play that then took out the opponent. And so I do have to give it some credit. All right, Godzilla coming in. I said it from the beginning. If Jimmy G is playing, there's always a chance. I mean, he certainly did some things in that game where, the interception, fans were losing it. I was upset, but he also came through pretty clutch on some throws. How about those third downs? Oh my goodness. But yeah, I get it. I get the frustration there. Don't get me wrong. David, now you got to start sacrificing mugs at critical times in these games. For the Super Bowl, I may have to burn something as well. There may need to be multiple sacrifices made, David. Thank you for pointing that out. I don't know whether I would have realized the correlation there and then realized I needed to continue doing that. But David, I think you bring up a good point. Randall, I'm with you here. How is anyone that is a Niner fan feeling anything other than absolute joy? It boggles the mind in my humble opinion. I get that you may want to critique it, but enjoy this. Enjoy it for a little while, then critique it. Appreciate. Appreciate how special this is. I beg of you, if you're a young Niner fan and you just don't realize how long you can go without success, man, cherish the success. It can be fleeting. Look at some of these teams that have long playoff droughts. Look at our playoff drought for a long time. Jonathan, everyone in the NFL counted us out all year, including Niner fans. I stayed faithful and knew we would turn it around. I called Super Bowl, and look, hey, I was optimistic as well. And it was hard to do at times. But when you go back and look at what I was predicting at the beginning of the year, I feel pretty vindicated in what I said originally this team was made up of and in how it unfolded throughout the year and how some of us remained faithful. I do think that there's some credit to be given for that. James Bruno, what's your biggest concern going into Levi's South? I don't have any as long as Debo leads the team out of that tunnel. I agree. My biggest concern is who's active. My biggest concern is just that. Debo being out there, Trent Williams being out there, George Kittle being out there, and being as close to 100% as possible. It was a physical game, and I'm going to touch on that in a little bit. But what we need is all bodies out there. We need health. We need guys to be available. That's what will give us the edge against the Rams. We are a better team than they are. We are better coached, but we have to have our talent on the field. That to me is probably the biggest concern. Sean 951, Jimmy G was horseshoot, but 3 passes, final drive, game winner. Who cares what the frick anyone says? He's a winner. Until clock hits 0, he's nuts. Why? Don't know. Gold. Yes. Sean, that was a lot to unpack in that one. That was like a lot of thoughts in one, and I love it. Yes, both things are true. Jimmy G played like crap for some of the game. I also think you have to look at the game would have been a lot different if there weren't those 3 drops in the beginning. I'm not saying that, like, you got to give him credit for drops, but the game might have looked a lot different if Kittle had caught that first one. That was going to be a big gamer. But yes, even after the mistakes, he was there for the final drive. And yes, Robbie freaking Gold. Again, back to the idea of the redemption of special teams. Miwook Sniper for you, Rob. Great job in the cold. We got this. 2 games left and a ring. Oh my God, wouldn't it be so sweet? Wouldn't that be so sweet? Yes, it was cold out there. I'm telling you, I stayed pretty toasty. I mean, pretty toasty. Like, it required some things. I couldn't take my camera out to text with my dad and my brother. Only did that at halftime. Couldn't take it out to, get some videos going, get too many pictures. It was preserve your fingers, preserve your warmth, huddle up, and gut it out. And that's what the Niners did. They gutted it out, didn't they? I mean, come on. Archie coming in. My blood pressure seriously increased overall. What a great game. My voice also dispersed. You inspired me, and I am working on starting my own channel. Hopefully, I can work with you side by side. Archie, I'm glad that I inspired you. Stick with it. My advice to you is, in the beginning where it feels like nothing's happening and nobody's watching and nobody cares, find people that do care. Find people that will support you. Find people that enjoy what you bring to the table. Be true to yourself. Be honest and stick with it. Go through those early struggles and persist. That would be my 2 cents on it. And reach out if you need anything, Archie. I mean that. All right, getting to some more super chats. Here we go. Sean 951. Sean is fired up. Rams game. Jimmy G, 28-10. 49ers, no picks. We dominate. No chance in hell we lose. We own them. Nothing they do scares us. We'll curb stomp them Sunday. That would be a lot of fun. Yes, it would. Peyton, why are Niner fans so toxic? I've made a few comments saying, GG? Goodness gracious? What's GG? Peyton, what do you mean by GG? Do you mean JG, Jimmy G? And have received a lot of death threats. GG's to Niners. They just played a better game. Oh, like good game. You were saying good game to Niner fans, and that's not cool. I mean, whatever it was, there's nothing you should say that's non-threat provoking that should elicit that response. If you did from Niner faithful, I apologize for them. Right? I just don't think that's cool. I'm sorry that you did. Peyton, are you an opposing fan? Hit it in the chat. Don't feel like you have to put another super chat in. But again, I'm sorry for that experience. Let me just say this. In general, we need to be more decent to one another. Like, let me challenge you. If you're watching this right now, the next time you go out randomly, wherever, I don't care where it is. It could be a restaurant, it could be a movie theater, it could be 7-Eleven, it could be a gas station. The next person you run into there, treat them with kindness. I mean, real kindness. Ask them how their day is. Tell them how your day is going. Make a joke. Make them laugh. Make them smile. Watch the way in which their day changes for the better and realize the power that you have with every single person that you come into contact with, even virtually. Right now, I'm speaking to people. I'm speaking to nearly 1,000 people right now live, and they're hearing this and it's impacting them. I could be negative and that would skew them negative. I try to be positive because I think that's what this world needs. And I challenge people to be more positive and don't send death threats to anybody. Man, that's whack. Classic bootleg review. What scares me is 6-0 Rams are due. F you, Bills. The Bills just got, brutal not to get a chance in overtime. But yes, I agree that people need to take the Rams seriously. I think that, yes, we own them. Yes, we are good. It's a good matchup for us. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough. The Niners have to take the Rams very seriously. Matthew coming in. I can explain the cynicism. Critical fans know Jimmy G can give the game away at any moment. And we're staring down a potential championship or a Super Bowl loss. That's true, Matthew, but the same is true for basically any quarterback. I mean, look at what Aaron Rodgers was able to do on the other side of the ball. Look at Tom Brady today against the Rams, right? I do think that home fan bases are overly critical of their own quarterback. And I'm not saying that Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't deserve criticism. He most certainly does. I think the important takeaway for me right now is it's time to celebrate. Ron, I'm not a Jimmy stan, but I think he is due for a big game. Ron, I'm with you. I think he's due for a clean game, and what better team than the Rams? Jimmy is better when Jimmy is confident. Jimmy is better when Jimmy is confident, and he is confident against the Rams. Sean951, when we beat Green Bay, McVay shit his pants. He knows he has one game left, season over. The NFL knows this. We know it, period. Shanny, Niners, Rob, me. Oh, taking the shot at Grant. Sean, hey, you gotta put it up there. You got to put it up there. Yes. Silent Seth says Rob got to watch Rob win the divisional game. Yes, Robbie delivered. I'm grabbing my water. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be right back. Just had to get myself a little refreshment in the hotel room. Yes, Robbie Gold was clutch. I'm going to talk about that in just a second. Got to get to these super chats. NorCal Trocas. Can we pray that Jimmy G balls out like he did against the Saints? We deserve it, and he owes it to us after 3 weeks of heart attacks. We can pray for it. We can ask for it. And Jimmy G, I'm thinking of Jimmy D's sausages. Jimmy G can deliver. It's just a question of whether he will. That's what all of us are waiting to find out. Glow Joe. This Bills versus Chiefs game just proved to me how much it can help to have a mobile quarterback. Jimmy, please get it done this year. Yes, I mean, but let's be fair that there are like 5 or 6 of the quarterbacks that we saw 2 of tonight, right? We saw 2 in a game, and that makes us think that like they're everywhere, but they're not. There's 5 or 6 of them. And then there's a significant drop off to the next tier of guys that includes people like Matt Stafford, right? He is not anywhere near the same level as the 2 we watched tonight. And so there just aren't enough of those guys to go around. But maybe we have one sitting on the bench. Salim coming in. How do people say that Jimmy is even a competent quarterback when there are quarterbacks playing games like KC versus Buffalo? He's only here because the rest of the team is biased. I mean, the locker room definitely loves him, but inspiring confidence is part of being a good leader. And being a good leader is part of being a good quarterback. And as I was just saying, there are only like 5 or 6 of those quarterbacks out there. So I know we watched 2 of them tonight, but don't kid yourself into believing you can just draft the next one. You've got like a 1 in 4, 1 in 5 shot of drafting the next one if you have a good draft pick and you have a good draft class. And that's not the case this year. Joe Stoll coming in. He had some really sketchy throws and decision making. Sure, it was cold and he's injured, but man, Rams looked pretty good tonight against the Bucks, even though Stafford almost choked again. Take my cash. Thank you, Joe. Thank you for coming in and contributing. Yeah, Stafford did look good. Hopefully he got all those good throws out of his out of his system. All right, find in the super chat. Stories from the attic. We have the catch two, and now the block. What a play. What a game. Go Niners. Yes, thankfully, I'm too young to have been at all 3 of those, but I was at 2. I was at the catch 2. I was also at the catch 3, Vernon Davis's catch with the Saints, and then I was at this one in Green Bay, and all were epic. Yes. Looking for those super. Here we go. Sean 951 is fired up. Rob, I'm not on fire. I'm real, baby. I love it. The NFL is pissed we're in. We're dogs. They want ponies. Mahomes, Brady, Stafford, not Garoppolo. 28-10. Book it. Book it, people. It is happening. Love it. All right, looking for those last super chats here. I thought I saw a fun little comment, but maybe I didn't. Chris Royal coming in, sneakerhead. I didn't want to play the Rams personally. I don't want McVay's first game beating Shanahan to come in the playoffs. He's due one, just not now. Hey, the Niners have to bring it. They have to be as physical as they have ever been. They have to assert themselves on these Rams early. They cannot allow LA to get out to a big lead like they did in Week 18. You don't get those kind of comebacks often. You have to jump out on them early. You got to definitely make sure that you stay up in this one. Jonathan, Kittle won't drop that pass in LA. Brandon Ayuk won't fumble, and Jimmy will play better. Equals win. Don't worry, faithful. We got this. Kyle owns McVay. Stafford will crumble. The Stafford one, I get behind. I mean, that guy does seem to, under pressure, not really deliver, but he did come through in the clutch today. Got to give him credit. Shark Jerky in here talking trash. Look at this. Rob Schuh, Rombo are paid Niner guys. I'm not sure why you say that. I back up everything I say with facts. But I get it. You want to talk a little trash. It's cool, Shark. Bring it. Sean 951. We're so damn good, Rob, that we can score 3 points in Green Bay and win. Laugh my freaking ass off. Seriously, Rams saw that. Pooped. Then went to bed. Brady lost today on purpose. LOL. He didn't want any piece of it. I love it. Salim, people really out here saying Jimmy wins games all the time. Laughing my ass off. The Niners win, and he just along for the ride. See, my point, Salim, is that neither one of those are true. That those are the 2 extremes. And Shark Jerky apparently can't understand nuance because he thinks I'm at one side of it. Just because I say something that calls out some positive things Jimmy G does. Now I'm paid by the team. I'm a propagandist, of course. No, I'm just calling out both. I will criticize when he makes poor decisions. He made poor decisions in this game. That interception was a poor throw. It had to have greater velocity, be thrown earlier, or should have been placed at the back pylon where only George Kittle could have gotten it. I've got no problem being critical. And I think you can't be critical without calling out the positive unless you want to be biased the other way. And I'm not all about that. I'm trying to be down the middle. I'm trying to give actual unbiased opinions from a biased 49er fan. Completely biased 49er fan. Ooh, I saw Texas Niner want to bring it in. Texas Niner at Rob. It takes a stronger person to be positive and to stay there. You do this, sir. Well done. It is sad to see Niner fans fall into the easy, low-hanging fruit of negativity. Amen to that. I'm telling you, If you have a comment for me, hit the @Rob or @RobSchuh, and I'll get those comments as well. The Don, @Rob, are you going to the Rams game? You know it. You know it. You know I am. Those tickets are expensive, though. I got to celebrate here. We got a new sneakerhead, Daniel Tate, the newest member of the channel. Welcome, Daniel. Appreciate the support. Absolutely. Look at that. Salim is coming in from Portland. Right now, I'm in Chicago, living it up. I got a discounted room at the Waldorf Astoria, having a nice old night. But yes, I will be back in Portland tomorrow. Shout out from PDX. Salim says, also shout out from PDX. I'm glad there's a streamer from here. There is, and a damn good one as well. All right, in the comments, hit the @Rob or @RobSchuh if you want to contribute. Yes. Zombieland @RobSchuh. Nope, you're a fraud. No, invite me on your show. That's a good way to get an invite, is to insult me. Yeah. I reached out to you and then never heard back. So, sorry. Not going to waste my time. Classic bootleg review. Much love, Schuh. Super Bowl anniversary Monday. My 40-year anniversary as a fan. That's fantastic. Is that Super Bowl 16? Goodness gracious. Took me a little while to get the Roman numerals. I didn't want to read it improperly. Yes, yes. Daniel Tate, the newest sneakerhead. Thanks for the content. Just join the sneakerheads. I love it, Daniel. Can we get a Trent Williams update? Last thing we heard was that he was walking out of the stadium on crutches. Man, it will be a travesty if he is not able to go. E. Kim, @Rob, did you get the walleye fish and chips, cheddar cheese curds, and spotted cow beer? I did not, but I did get wonderful food while I was in town, but it just turned out to be more hectic than I originally did. And by the time I tried to pull the trigger on the all-you-can-eat buffet, it freaking sold out. But I did go by there. I did get food. I got brats. It was fantastic. The advice was much appreciated. I attempted and just fell short, but I shared it with other Niner fans as well, and it was good. It was good. I apologize. I can't. Oh, all right. See you later. See ya. You can get feisty in the chat, but then after a little bit. All right, Jay Sports Enthusiast coming in. Has there ever been this much exciting games these past 2 weekends of football and playoff history? What a play for all teams. Go Niners. I'm telling you, it was crazy. Such a good weekend of football. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. E. Kim pointing out that Trent got on the team playing without crutches. I wonder if this was a little gamesmanship, because you look at the videos in the post game in the locker room, he's celebrating, and he is not on crutches, but he goes by the media room on crutches, the media room, and then gets on the plane without crutches. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but gamesmanship is real. Gamesmanship is very real. Kurt coming in. @Rob, more pressure on Shanahan to keep up the winning streak against the Rams or McVay to break the streak? Far more pressure on McVay in my book. Far more pressure on McVay. Ooh, Gojira pointing out the x-rays were negative for Trent. Huge, huge news right there. I love it. All right, Jonathan coming in. Rob, do you think it will be Bengals Niners again? That would be insane. We're going to beat the Lambs 21-14. I love the prediction. Absolutely love the prediction. And we're going to get into a little Robbie Gold conversation in just a little bit. I would love the Bengals. I'd love to bring back on the dude that I had as a Bengals subject matter expert. He was a good podcaster. G-Bone Patron. I like this. @Schuh, don't let him ruin your vibe. I was thinking deep dish pizza for the Super Bowl. Yes, I am doing a deep dish pizza at Lou Minalti's tomorrow for lunch. I will be passed out on the plane back to Portland. Yes. Vicky coming in. Clutch win for the Niners. It was absolutely clutch. So clutch. Unbelievably clutch. Joe Stull. You have 5 game balls. Who gets them? I heard Trent Williams was seen without the crutches later in the night. Yes, heard that now going onto the plane. If I've got 5 game balls, one's going to Jimmy Ward, no question. One's going to Debo because of that heart. I got to give one to I really want to give one to Trent Williams for gutting it out as well. He had a couple of penalties. That one's tough. Got to go Hufanga for the touchdown, right? And then last one, I mean, I guess I agree with the Jordan Willis. I love the idea that it's going to role players that are stepping up. And I have something I want to say about that a little later, too, although you guys just keep the topics coming. Teranias, I'm stunned the Niners are in the NFC Championship game. You and me both. You and me both. Who could have pictured this? Honestly, even I, who am eternally hopeful, am shocked to be here. I knew we had a chance. I knew we had the talent, but it didn't look like we were going to put it all together. But man, did we ever. Peter Alvarez at Rob. I'll be at Levi's South. Let's go. Peter, make some noise. I will be there. Hit me up if you want to say hello. Bro Montana coming in. Thank you, Bro Montana. Jay Sports Enthusiast. Watching the Bills versus Chiefs game made me want to play Lance sooner rather than later. The run by Allen and Mahomes when no one was open. Just wow. Jay, I thought the same thing, but you have to temper it a little bit to know. Go back and watch Josh Allen's first year. Before you can make all of the throws from the pocket, that scrambling quarterback doesn't look quite as pretty. Just go back and watch that first year of Josh Allen. I understand why Shanahan is waiting until he believes that Lance can hit all the throws. I'm not saying he currently can't. Maybe he can. We haven't seen evidence one way or the other truly, but I have to take Kyle Shanahan at his word to some extent there. All right. SAR 519, Rob, I think I've brought this up before. Is it a good time to sign Gore? I would love to bring Gore in just so he gets a ring, just in case. I mean, it would be so horrible if we got a ring and he was not on the team and you had a chance. I'm all for it. I don't care that it's not a good move. I don't care. Bring the man in. It's good luck. That Niner guy, man, I still can't believe the team pulled it out. Can the fans just agree it's Jimmy season for better or Jimmy? That's a great statement. Believe in Kyle Shanahan and DeMeco Ryans. Season of the Debo, but he needs some help next. Let's freaking go. That Niner guy very well stated that, yes, it is Jimmy season. We are clutching tightly to him. Coach Shanahan is clutching tightly to him. We need to ride or die with Jimmy at this point. So let's back him. Why not? We are in the NFC Championship game. And if your spite for Jimmy gets in the way of you rooting for the 49ers to win the NFC Championship game, I do have to question your priorities. I do. That Niner guy is spelling it out right here. Ride with Jimmy for better or for Jimmy. I am telling you that is just well said. Daniel Tate at Rob Schuh. Could you get credentials next year for the Niners if this station keeps up its crazy growth? I don't know, but I am certainly going to try. Whether I need to start my own website and title it something with, Niners in it and then get press pass through that, I don't know, but I am going the extra mile. I want to be at spring training and everything next year. Ooh, here we go. E. Kim says, at Rob, how about a game ball for the defensive line getting 5 sacks? 5 sacks the last 3 games. It's wild. Colin Cool coming in at Rob. My mom grew up in Buffalo. It was tough talking to her tonight. Can we get some love going for Bills Mafia? Man, they got to change overtime rules. If I get it. I get the NFL doesn't want long games, but we all lost out tonight because that ended the game. The Bills would have come down and scored a touchdown, and we would have got to see them go back and frickin' forth for maybe another couple of hours, and we would have all loved it. The NFL missed out. Bruce coming in at Rob. Hello from Tahiti. Cheers, Bruce. I love your positivity and calm. If ever you come to my island home, Tahiti, please let me know. Bruce, I most definitely will. I need to make a trip to Tahiti. I need that type of relaxation in my life. Tony Vang at Rob Schuh. 49ers beat LA. KC beats Bengals. 49ers versus Kansas City. Super Bowl. I want all the smoke from Kansas City. Tony, ask and ye shall receive. It is what we need. It is what we need. Again, hit me with the at Rob Schuh, as these folks do. John B. and Giuseppe's dog, Care, says at Rob Schuh, beating Dallas, Green Bay, LA, and the Chiefs would be the most epic playoff run ever. It's been epic to this point. Just beating Dallas and Green Bay. I'm grateful for where we are right now. Sal, Rob, you forgot to give a game ball to yourself. Way to overcome the cold and cheer on the team. Let's go, 49ers. Faithful to the Bay. Appreciate that, Sal. It was phenomenal to be there. It really was. Just really appreciative to have that experience. John, at Rob Schuh, after watching the quarterbacks in the AFC, what do you think of the 49ers' chance if they make it? I think our defense can contain those guys. I know that's crazy to think, but I truly believe it. MILF Hunter coming in. Dave Lombardi, 49ers are 14-5 as underdogs with Jimmy. Best win percentage in NFL history. Still, Jimmy sucks, though, bruh. He almost threw many picks last night. I mean, both are true. He is both the guy who leads us on the clutch drives and the guy who throws those horrible picks. It doesn't mean that we have to label him one or the other. That's my stance. Is he's both. He is both of those guys, both horrible and clutch. Newt 5140, do you think Ambry Thomas will play next week? I thought he was playing this week. I'll be honest, I was sucker punched by that. And I was nervous. Dante Johnson came through in the clutch. Jonathan, after 16, 80, 42, 8, and 82, 21 is my favorite Niner. Would love to see him join the team. Armstead, balling right now. Defense, going to dominate the Lambs. Jonathan, we share many favorites. Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Ronnie Lott, Steve Young, John Taylor, and yes, Frank Gore. I've got the 16 and 21 jerseys hanging up in the office at home, Jonathan. Appreciate it. Looking at those super chats. Terenius come in. I love Jimmy's attitude, but damn, he always throws 3 to 4 terrible passes a game. Hey, I cannot disagree with that. He does throw those passes, and it's a part of his game. It is. All right, I will be back into your comments. Again, hit the @Rob or @RobShoe so that I know you're talking at me, and I will get to a lot of them. It's not personal if I skip you, unless you're insulting me as one person did earlier, and they got blocked because it just seemed unnecessary. Maybe they were drinking. Maybe they, regret it. Whatever it was, they seemed to have an issue. But if you hit the @RobShoe, I know you're talking to me, and I will definitely attempt to get to it. All right. Let me get through a couple of the topics I was attempting to hit here, but we just got sidetracked. We got to stop the Robbie Gould slander. We have to stop it because forget about the contract. The man is perfect in the postseason. The man has delivered the last 3 weeks. Robbie Gould deserves our appreciation. He deserves us to say we're sorry, Robbie, for ever doubting you that you earned too much money, or that you weren't clutch, or that you couldn't hit the long ones, or that special teams in its entirety was garbage. These things are not true. Robbie Gould is clutch. Robbie Gould can hit the long ones. Robbie Gould delivers in the playoffs, and I want to say thank you, Robbie Gould. Thank you. We already hit the enjoy the wins, but I'll hit it one more time at a high level here for you. Just appreciate it. Even if you're mad at Jimmy, even if you want to criticize the Niners, make sure you set aside time to appreciate wins because they're hard to come by, especially in the playoffs. And they're so special. You should cherish them. You should be grateful for them. I'm not telling you how to be a fan. I'm telling you how to bring more joy into your life. You've got to trust me. You've got to trust me. If you attract the positivity, you will exude. If you exude the positivity, you will attract the positivity. If you exude the negativity, you will attract negativity. And unless you have some weird infatuation with negativity, my recommendation is flip a little to the positive. All right, I'll come back for some of these comments, but got to get to the Super Chats, have to. Kevin Spencer, I'm hoping for a 49ers-Bengals Super Bowl. It would be so sweet. So sweet. Man, I would love it. Here we go. Jack asking at Rob, you think 49ers fans will invade SoFi again? I do. It won't be as bad as last time, but we got to make it. We all got to, we got to go. We got to go. We have to. We need to show out. Bro Montana, any truth to Ticketmaster trying to stop Niners fans from buying tickets to SoFi Stadium next weekend for the championship game? Yes, you have to have a zip code in a certain set. Seattle did this BS years ago, but because I'm in Portland, I was, people could come through me and I could purchase tickets. So I went and I offered that to anybody. So if you're in the area codes that can buy this, put it out on Twitter. Help 49er faithful out. I will help you out come hit me up if you need someone that lives in LA. I know folks. Bleed blue. Rob, go Niners. Although I'm getting revenge game for the Rams, I don't know. Hey, bleed blue, appreciate you coming back in to congratulate us. Yes. Shark jerky. All right, so now you're insulting me here. Be a man. Jimmy G10 QBR first half, worst fourth quarter QBR last 30 years. What say you, Rombo? Oops, I mean Rob. Did I say Jimmy's the greatest? Did I say anything like that? Shark Jerky, you're getting a timeout now. And if you keep talking trash, I'm blocking you. I ain't got time for that. I don't have time for your negativity. I'm sorry. If you want to approach me in a more respectful manner, if you want to, you did bring stats. If you want to bring the stats while approaching me in a respectful manner, I'll debate it. But if you're going to go personal insults, I ain't got time for that shit. Capri Sun Gang at Rob Schuh. Do you think we are Super Bowl bound? One game at a time. One game at a time. I think we absolutely can beat the Rams. No doubt in my mind. Bill Smith at Rob. Why the hell does everyone only bust Jimmy's ass about his bad throws, but never mention all the wide receiver drops, offensive line missed blocks, cornerback blown coverage, etc.? Some people don't understand football. Bill, I won't go, that far. Well, it's true. Some people don't understand football. I won't go that far to, disparage anybody, but I agree. It's remarkable how we don't want to talk about these other things when they're all relevant, as are the mistakes that Jimmy G makes. Those are totally relevant. We should talk about them. But if we only talk about them, we're missing a huge component of what went on in the game, to your point, Bill. Manly Shavers at Rob. Why was Jimmy taking all those unnecessary sacks by staying in the pocket for so long? Just throw the ball away. I agree. He is not a mobile dude. It is a weak aspect to his game. Giancarlo asking, is Jimmy worth a first yet? I don't know. Ooh, here we go. Quesadilla with the tip. Rob, use a VPN with LA as your location and don't use Google. Okay, I like it. All right, I don't want to miss out on anything coming in here. Okay, good. Colin Cool at Rob. What wrinkle do the Niners need to unleash to beat the Rams again? How about more players on offense? We've got all of these role players on defense and on special teams, but on offense, we can't get a carry for Jeff Wilson Jr. We can't get more touches for Juice, just one. He disappears, but when you see him get a touch, he's so good and contributes. Brandon Ayuk got the one target. I know that it didn't go well, but come on. He's too talented not to get involved. We need to get more players involved on offense. That is my takeaway. Here we go. Paul Diego at Rob Schuh. I bought my tickets on Ticketmaster. I live in the 209. Hope to see you there. Hey, maybe they backed off. Daniel Tate. How cheap have you seen tickets on the secondary market per pair? I only got into the queue for a minute and I was looking lower bowl. And I feel like $1,000 was minimum even for single tickets, let alone for a pair. I mean, it is pretty crazy at this time. Jonathan, why are Niners fans the only ones mad we won? It's insane. Fix your lives. We in the NFC Championship, even if we lose, still a great season. Bang, bang. I won't go that far to insult. That's not my intention. If I come across that way, I apologize. I am attempting to strongly encourage people to welcome in positivity and reject some of the negativity, or at least put it off. At least absorb the positivity first before going to that criticism. It's just my advice, my 2 cents. Abraham coming in. Just saw a screenshot tweet that might be a loophole to buy tickets. Tagged you in it on Twitter. I'm the Daily Gold Rush. Cool. Hey, follow me on Twitter at the Left Shoe. Abraham just put this in there as the Daily Gold Rush and tag me. You should be able to find it. Christopher at Rob Schuh, my man, been following for a while but never commented. Love him or hate him, Jimmy Garoppolo is in another NFC Championship game. Like Fred said, not done yet. I love that. I love that comment. And thank you for putting in the comment, Christopher. Glad you have been here for a bit. All right, I got to catch up, but I'm going to get to as many of these as I can. Jason Norris coming in at Rob. With them shutting out Niner fans, they also shut out the true Rams fans in St. Louis, and they don't realize there are a ton of Niner fans in LA. There are a ton of Niner fans in LA. I think they will walk it back. I hope they do. John B. and Giuseppe's Dog Care. Rob Schuh, I think it's interesting how Ward and Tart played high school ball together. That is never mentioned, but it's a cool backstory. It's the coolest. The idea they've been together that long. Richard Sherman talked about how they were like an old married couple in that regard. Walker at Rob Schuh, I think this might be an unpopular opinion, but I think Jimmy returns next season. Walker, that is definitely an unpopular opinion. I'm not there yet. Even with a Super Bowl loss, man, it's tough. I don't predict that happening. I think they're ready to move on to Trey. A Super Bowl win makes it tough. It really does. San Francisco 49ers at Rob Schuh. It was like at some point everyone struggled, but the team as a whole stepped up and came through. It was a roller coaster ride. It was again, all of these games have been the microcosm of the entire freaking season. It's just been such good football, and we got to be grateful for it. Terenius, all you have to do is looking at Jimmy's touchdown to interception ratio to know he throws too many bad passes. I do like Jimmy and want the guy to play well. See, that's a fair criticism. I'm with you on this one. He definitely throws too many picks in relationship to his touchdowns because he's not a gunslinger. He's more of a game manager, and therefore you can't afford to throw that many picks. That to me is a totally reasonable take. It's when people go the extra mile to say he's trash or he sucks. That to me, I just can't. I just can't. Joe Stull. Debo is probably my favorite Niner ever, but Shanahan has to get something else going. Green Bay seemed to have Debo on lock for a lot of plays. Joe, I'm with you there. You cannot have one weapon because it's easier to take that away. You have so many contributors on offense, but we seem unwilling to spread it around. Look at how many clutch players came in and contributed for D'Amico Ryans on the defense. Role players. Charlie Omenihu coming in and contributing. Jordan Willis contributing. Talanoa Hufunga contributing. It's wild. We need that on offense. We may need to put up points. E. Kim at Rob Schuh. Bone bruises hurt bad, and no shot will ever numb or stop that pain. Yeah, and I'm guessing the cold didn't help it either, E. Kim. That may be. That may be. Loco Rogue looking here. So bashing people who tell truths. If you're speaking at me, which I interpret that you are, no, I'm not bashing people that tell truths. I like truth. I am critiquing people who choose to tell truth by throwing insults. That's not truth. When you say Jimmy's trash, that's not true. That's an insult. When you say Jimmy has a higher interception to touchdown ratio than is acceptable for a starting quarterback, that's truth. That's a conversation we can have. That's an argument that we can have, right? A good natured argument that we can have, one that we don't have to insult each other over. And I will call out what I don't like about this is I feel as though when I say these things, people think I am a Jimmy Stan or Team Jimmy. That's not the case. I criticize Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm frustrated by Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm excited to move forward with Trey Lance when it's his time. I'm just not on board with insulting people who don't deserve to be insulted or telling half truths. You have to paint the entire picture. You can't just say the bad things. You have to also point out the other. And no. Oh, Shark Jerky. See ya, bud. See ya. I'm cool with the conversation. Cool with the conversation. Not good with any insults. Ain't got time for it. Steve Avia at Rob. This is one of the best seasons I've ever witnessed as a 49er faithful. The will of this team is extraordinary. I don't care what the unbelievers say. Jimmy is the MF and man. All the dude does is win. I love that comment. I mean, he's got his struggles. There's no doubt about it. He frustrates me sometimes to no end. And yes, he also manages to come through in the clutch a lot. It's pretty crazy. Jan. Yes, just keep Jimmy G in 2 minute drill for 2 games. Yeah, there's something different when he's not thinking. Yes. Novak, one of our sneakerheads as well, saying I'm trying my best to get tickets. Good luck. We all need good luck to get those seats. All right, Joe Stahl coming in. That run by Juice was beautiful. How about game ball for Norman? He had one job, no PI call, and he did it. Dante Johnson might get the game ball for me. I mean, I know. I mean, 6 tackles. He led the team, tied the lead in tackles, and wasn't a liability. Came out for Ambry Thomas, started and wasn't a liability. It's unbelievable. San Francisco 49ers at Rob Schuh. Most of the fans talking trash about our players are the ones that don't even watch the games. They base their opinions on stats. Yeah, I mean, I'm cool with criticism of the Niners. I really am. It's the trash talk that gets to me. And I'm sorry if it comes across that I'm intolerant of a dissenting opinion. I'm not. I will read. I mean, I hope that it's evidenced by the fact that I read those comments, I give them airtime, and I will respond to them. It's the insults. When they go negative in that way, that's when it just crosses a line for me. It just crosses a line of respect from fellow 49ers fans. And I ask people respectfully not to do that. If they can't respond, to me, that's just, it's a shame. It really is. I wish that we could have more civil conversations. Michael Everett, I did. I missed your super chat. Hey, put it back. Put it back in just a regular comment. Just copy and paste what you said in a regular comment, and I will give it its day in court. I'm talking to you, Michael Everett, and I'm getting to the front of the line. Michael Everett, I am looking. I can't go back. I don't think I missed any super chats. I don't think I did. Ooh, StubHub is the way to go. Okay, so people selling it on the secondary market are able to do it. Look at this, Daniel. Just bought a pair of 500 level seats for 1,500 on Ticketmaster, and I have a NorCal Zip. Good. Get them, faithful. Yes. Well done, Daniel. I am so glad that you are going to the frickin' game. That is fantastic. All right, looking for Michael. Did I get him? Did I get him? I can't find it. Ooh, maybe this was it. Michael Salazar? Was this it, Michael? Does Jimmy get any credit, respect from haters, doubters if the Niners win the Super Bowl? If we win the Super Bowl and fans can't celebrate it, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like if you still feel so passionately about criticizing Jimmy Garoppolo after a Super Bowl win, you might need therapy. You you might need to see a counselor. You might have depression issues. Like, I'm not taking shots at people. Like, I get it. I get wanting to criticize, but you have to be able to celebrate. You have to. Have to. Okay, Capri Song Gang 22 at Rob Schuh. If Jimmy wins the Super Bowl, will he get a contract extension? And if so, what happens to Lance? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think he gets traded. Niner Sickness. What's up, Niner Sickness? At Rob Schuh. If Jimmy takes the 49ers to the Super Bowl and wins us, content creators will have a lot to talk about. LOL. Yes, no doubt about it. Andre at Rob Schuh. Your post-game video was a blast. What a great perspective for us fans who support from afar. Thanks and keep up the good work. You are gold. Same as your namesake. Appreciate that, Andre. Appreciate the support. The caretaker, Rob Schuh. Jennings is our role player on offense. I love Jennings. I love the third down monster that he is. Bill Smith. Brady got busted up today. The GOAT can't play great with DL busting him up. Yeah, the defensive line was all over him. Jimmy G running for his life most of the time. Problem is that he tries to make a play when he should throw it away. Bill, I think that's pretty sage. William Bennett, what do you think about us playing the Rams again? I'm not thrilled about it, honestly. Didn't want to travel to Tampa. The team, I would have liked to be in Florida personally, but it's tough to beat a team twice, as evidenced by our freaking nightmarish game in week 18. But we do have a distinct advantage. we do have a little bit of ownership there. 420 Savage at Rob Schuh. First half, Kittle and Jennings dropped good passes. That's not on Jimmy. Agreed. Loco Rogue at Rob. But dude, you're delusional though. Just the blind defense of the indefensible is mind numbing. What am I saying that's indefensible? Do you disagree with a statement that let me try and phrase this in a way, Loco Rogue, and I'm speaking to you right now, and I'd like you to answer in the chat. Hopefully, I'll see it. I may miss it. It won't be intentional if I do. Jimmy Garoppolo, both of these things are true. He makes horrible decisions at the worst time, and he's also capable of being extremely clutch at the right time. Both of those things are true. Tell me where I'm lying there. Please. I'm telling you, the inability to give a little bit of credit is weird to me. It's just weird. Like, I get the hate, I guess. Michael Everett at Rob. Last week I said we needed 3 more wins. Like last week, now it's only 2. The greatest 49 at Rob. I love your content, bro. Keep it up. Thank you. Thank you. Daniel Regis at Rob. What position do you think the Niners need to focus on in this year's draft? I would definitely say cornerback. I'm interested to see what the Niners do at cornerback now that they've discovered Ambry Thomas, because they may feel that they have their 2 starters locked in. My top priority would be edge rusher in the D Ford mold, a speed edge rusher. I would use our top second-round pick for that. I do think you have to prioritize cornerback, but I would probably go with a savvy veteran in that respect. I would probably go with a savvy veteran corner. Antoine Tran, I got 100 tickets for sale. Let me know. Hit me up, 49ersmailbag@gmail.com, and I will try to connect people to you, Antoine. Trade Trey. Trey looked good holding the clipboard last night. Keep him on the sideline another year so we can keep winning now. I don't think that's going to happen, and I'm excited to move forward with Trey. That's why I get so confused with people who lump me in one side or the other. I just try to speak the truth, which I think is in the middle, and I'm open to debate it. And I'm not trying to insult anyone who's on either side or the other. Thomas, at Rob Schuh, was this Packer game the best defensive performance in 49ers playoff history? It is, in my opinion. Thomas, I would need to go back and do some considerable research on that one to definitively say it. But in my humble opinion, it is pretty freaking close. Pretty freaking close, if not. Loco Rogue says, I get old school passion, but guys like you who defend the absurd defense of a horrible QB is sad to observe. See, now you're into insults. Now you've brought nothing to this conversation. I just listed both the good and the bad. And you say, oh, you're defending the quarterback. It's absurd. Absolutely absurd. Sad to observe. Loco Rogue. Come on. Joseph Manna, at Rob Schuh. Niners are having their cake and eating it too. Got quarterback of the future. One last Super Bowl run with Jimmy, and he's playing bad enough to justify parting ways with him after the season. In Kyle, we trust. I'm telling you, it does seem to be working out that way. It does. Picture perfect for the Niners. Exactly what they frickin' said when they brought in Trey and paid Jimmy. Come on, Brown, at Rob Schuh. Really appreciate your content. I don't find you intolerant, but perhaps a little sensitive. Please don't ban me like shark jerky. No, I am not overly sensitive. I promise. I think that there were some shots taken, and I just don't tolerate the shots. I'm good with dissenting opinions. Totally good with dissenting opinions. M49er. Did you see what Mahomes did to the number 1 defense in the playoffs? How can Jimmy compete with that? I'm scared. Jimmy's talent can't compare to Mahomes. No, we would have to keep the ball away from Mahomes. Run the damn ball. Be water, my friend. In response to Shark Jerky, since we're ranking playoff quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers' total QBR is 19.3, worst in the NFL playoffs. Stat that. Be water, my friend. Coming with the stats. I love it. I love it. Rob Smith. Hi, Rob. The way I see it, even if the 49ers don't win the Super Bowl, I still see this as a successful season. Making the NFC Championship or even the Super Bowl is nothing to take lightly. Rob Smith, I am there with you 100%. 100%. Great season. Charles says, at Rob, if we win the Super Bowl, I want an apology from Grant Cohn for all the Jimmy hate. I don't think you're getting it. JD at Rob, I'm not a Jimmy G supporter, but Jimmy G should deserve some credit for being the Niners quarterback. How fair is it when the team wins, Jimmy gets no credit, but he gets all the blame when the team loses? I'm telling you, the truth is in the middle. The truth is in the middle. TBS Shiro, so I only comment to those who give you money. No, I give priority for people who pay. I think you can watch me reading ones that say at Rob, like this. The greatest 49 at Rob. What if Jimmy G not just won the bowl, but won Super Bowl MVP? Do you think the chances of him remaining here next year are higher? Yes, it's very hard to get rid of him in that scenario. I'm not saying that they couldn't, but yeah, they might. They might keep him. Mr. CTG, the GOAT. How do you speak so proper? You must have all A's. No, I did horrible in school. Horrible. I did not enjoy school at all. Pete, we are in the freaking NFC Championship game for the second time in 3 years. Stop disrespecting Jimmy. Stay positive. We got this. I just want to stay positive. I just want to celebrate the win. Drew James at Rob. Don't you think the offense has an entire level of play it hasn't even used, even with Jimmy? I want to see more Kittle and Juice and Brandon Ayuk in the run game. We need more confusion for the defense. I do think there is a next level. We may have to wait for Trey Lance in order to truly see that, though. William Bennett. Rob, what do you do about the mug? Wait. Rob, what you to do about what am I going to do? William, I ordered more. They are on the way. It was a sacrifice to the special teams gods. It was a sacrifice. Paul, those are coming in. Jimmy's a great leader, but he's also random like a roulette wheel. When we're ahead, there's no play it safe throw. Only spin the wheel. It's hard to string together 3 to 4 playoff games like that. See, Paul, and everyone, to me, this is a well-reasoned critique of Jimmy Garoppolo. Yes, this is very true. He definitely is hard to predict. Ron E9 or Rob, so we cutting Verrett? No, he was only on a 1-year deal. So it's just, I don't think that we sign him. 420 Savage, we hit that 300 like mark? Yeah, bring it up. If you enjoy the content, I always ask, please do like it because it helps me get out to a larger audience, and I appreciate it. If you enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. I promise I keep it positive. I very seldomly have people that come at me in the way that one or two did today, and it's just a polite thing to do is to block that and move on. Trade Trey says, those saying Jimmy makes rookie mistakes might be right. Difference is he almost always makes up for them. A rookie wouldn't do that. Hashtag Jimmy Jesus. That seems to be a little more to the other side, maybe further than I'm willing to go on that one, but I love the positivity of it, and I love the acknowledgement that, yes, he does come through in the clutch. I think if I'm saying, I think the negatives sometimes too often outweigh the positives with Jimmy. I think it is a talent issue. It is a bad play issue at times. I think that's why Kyle's moving on. It's certainly not just health, right? The greatest 49. At Rob, who's your favorite player on the team? Right now, it's got to be Deebo Samuel. He's my spirit animal. My freaking spirit animal. All right, looking for those comments. All right, we're going to get to this one. Quesadilla Thrilla 71 says, at Rob, I'm struggling to find out how to become a sneakerhead. There's a join button. It's not there on iOS. It is there on Android. It's there on a desktop. It's easiest on a desktop. If you go to a desktop, log on to YouTube, hit subscribe, and then after you hit subscribe, there's a little join button, and then you can become a part of the sneakerhead crew after that. Go here. Trade Trey is a clown that was trolling Grant last night. Gave Grant 25 to express inane comments. I didn't know that, but hasn't done anything here yet. So I got no issues, although sometimes I guess I miss a little bit. Bill Smith, at Rob, I yell at the TV when Jimmy throws a pick, just like I yell at Ayuk dropping a ball, Kittle fumbling, Trent Williams holding, Shanny bad play call, etc. Team game, not just Jimmy out there. Yeah, there were frustrating things. Plenty, let me say. At Rob Schuh, your thoughts on the Rams organization limiting tickets to the upcoming game? I think it's petty, real petty. All right, I got to catch up a little bit in the comments Trade Trey back in. Jimmy doesn't make mistakes at the worst time. If he did, he wouldn't have time to make up for them like Tannehill this weekend. Jimmy never does that. I don't know about never. He makes some mistakes at the worst time. Jonathan R., just because you think Jimmy should play right now, don't mean you don't like Trey. Jimmy wins the Super Bowl, trade him to Pittsburgh for a one. It's called nuance, people. Jonathan, I love that suggestion. I have said before, I like the trade to Pittsburgh. I also really love Trey. When he starts, I'm 1,000% behind him. Next year, I want to move on towards him. I agree. It doesn't make me any sort of, weirdly Jimmy-centric individual. But I get that I'm saying some things that are going to bring some disdain my way, I guess. Bro Montana, how do I become a sneakerhead and get the mug? Go Niners. Well, the mug is just going to be a random giveaway. It may be to sneakerheads, it may just be to a channel member, but again, it's the join button that you find there. That Niner guy. For people pissed with Jimmy, we are all right here with you. You are not alone. Our eyes work. We understand he is holding this team back at times, but right now, he's the guy. 22 will be different. I think we're referring to Mr. Lance there. For people pissed with Jimmy, we are all right here with you. You are not alone. Our eyes work. We understand he's holding the team back at times. Yeah, I think that's fair. He does hold the team back at times. No question about it. Luckadoo at Rob, how cold was it yesterday? Have you ever been colder? Yes, I went to Bozeman, Montana, walked out of the airport, and it was 40 degrees below zero. 40 degrees below zero, people. My nose on the interior froze and expanded. The ice that formed inside my nose pushed it out like that, and it hurt. I've never experienced anything like that, and it made this be like, not so bad. Raphael 562 Niners, just encouraging folks to like and subscribe, and I love that. Lano, what are we doing with Mostert? I hope we fill out the running back room and then re-sign him. That would be my desire. Tyrannius, been a Niner fan since 1983. If they win the Super Bowl, I'll be throwing a party. Hey, I hope you invite me. I hope you do. We need to party. We need to party like it's 1999 after the Niners win the Super Bowl. Raphael found the way to become a sneakerhead. Raphael's 562 Niners is the newest member of the channel. Welcome. Trade Trey back in. People asking why I keep paying to speak truth about Trey. Jimmy won me a lot of money last night. Just spreading around Jimmy G's greatest right now. I appreciate that. I'm glad that you had the stones to lay it down against Green Bay because, man, that was a tough game going in. Absolutely tough. Capri Sun Gang 22. Rob Schuh, do you think we need to blitz more or just run out of the 4-3? I think D'Amico's been masterful about well-timed blitzes. And against Matthew Stafford, pressure is paramount. He does tend to kind of fold underneath it. So hopefully you can get home with just 4. But if you can't, you're going to have to bring pressure. You cannot allow him time to sit back there. SAR519 is the newest member of the channel. We've got another sneakerhead. Let's go. Raphael 562, the sneakerhead before the newest sneakerhead, says, at Rob, let's give our defense some credit. They only allowed the Packers 67 rushing yards. The defense was lights out. Absolutely lights out. I couldn't have been more impressed by D'Amico Ryans and his unit. Again, the role players coming in and contributing. So wild. So wild. John B. and Giuseppe's Dog Care. At Rob Schuh, I remember Alex Smith playing so conservatively and fans wanted Cap. Now we have a quarterback that never throws a ball away. I personally love Jimmy's style, Jimmy's mentality, win or lose. I get frustrated by it. I definitely do. But I get frustrated and I'm appreciative of what he does. I think that's where I think I have a difference. Crunch coming in. Stop worrying about the haters and do your thing, bro. Appreciate that. Appreciate the positivity. Whoop, I hit the wrong one. Daniel. Okay, who do you guys think will win on Sunday, Rams or Niners? Coming from a stat type of view, I think the Niners, but I haven't made my prediction yet. I was trying to hit this one. Fossey. At Rob, I remember watching you with only 40 viewers with me. Glad to see 800 plus here. Like and subscribe. Will you ever go back and watch a game in Green Bay in January after yesterday? I have checked that one off of the board. I don't think so. I think that was the only time I need to make that appearance. But, another epic matchup, I'm a sucker for it. I am. I can't lie. M49er. I agree. Jimmy has won me a lot of money. Every game I have bet money, Jimmy throws a pick, and Jimmy never lets me down. Hey, if you're funny like that, that's not personal shot or anything. That gets airtime as well. Trade Trey. Trey's quarterback rating in the first two starts equals 28. 28. Jimmy last night in the snow, last night with no ligament equals 57. Trey isn't good yet. Shan knows it. Sorry. The thing I will definitely agree with is that Shanahan knows both quarterbacks. Shanahan, is the one who gets to see every rep in practice, and he's decided to roll with Jimmy right now. And I do trust in him in that regard. I don't think he's got any ulterior motive other than winning every single game possible. I think that is his absolute driver, winning games. T. Clements coming in, the newest sneakerhead of the channel. The realer Gabe at Rob, love the channel. Keep it up. Thank you. Thank you. Serial, the channel exploded. Appreciate that. I love blowing up. Jonathan, Niners going to win Super Bowl. Debo will be MVP. Warriors going to win NBA championship, and Curry will be MVP. The Bay will be title town. That would be miraculous. Absolutely miraculous. Jesse coming in at Rob Schuh. I love the run we are making. If we win the Super Bowl, my concern is if we let Jimmy go. That going to be the expectations for Trey. That not fair to him. Jesse, that is true. I mean, people will need to have patience with Trey when he comes in. And I do. I believe. Look at this. Matt coming in. Matt and I were at the game. Matt says, just got home. Little fun story. Right before Robbie kicked the game-winning field goal, I heard a Packers fan yell, Robbie, you frickin' suck. No, sir. Robbie does not suck. That's clutch. I mean, I don't even, when I'm next to someone who says something like that, I don't even say anything back. I just sort of smile at them. You win, you smile, you let the positivity speak for itself. Oh, my, that is fantastic, Matt. That is fantastic. It was great to meet you in person. I had a blast. That was phenomenal. I mean, just an incredible game. Jack says, at Rob, you think Trent going to play? And if he doesn't, how much does that affect the outcome of the game? I think he's going to do everything possible. X-rays are negative. I think he's going to do everything possible. My guess is he's out there. I don't think he misses a playoff game. I think you'd have to put him in a body bag to have him miss that game. All right, the greatest 49 at Rob. I pray Lance is what we hope and think he is. If not, we're all going to be wishing we had a guy like Jimmy G. Tem. I hope we don't underappreciate his time here once he's gone. I've got a lot of faith that Lance is going to come through. I really do. Capri Song Gang 22 at Rob Schuh. All of a sudden, I'm seeing people wearing Niner jerseys now. Yeah, the people are coming out of the woodworks, aren't they? At Jason. Jason at Rob, trying not to be negative, but am I the only one that gets mad at Jimmy celebrating after the game? He's the kid that contributes a minimum on the group project, LOL. Jason, he's a member of the team. Like, of course he's going to celebrate. I do think that's a stretch. Of course, I have to say, of course he's going to celebrate. The dude is the quarterback of the team. Maximiliano coming in as the newest sneakerhead. Ooh, JM. At Rob, bigger matchup nightmare, Adams or Cup? Ooh. I think Adams. I think Devontae Adams was the bigger matchup nightmare, and we handled him. I think Cup, short area quickness. I don't know. I feel like K'Wan Williams is better in short area quickness. It's the top end speed that really blows him away, and Devontae has that. That's tough. All right, I'm getting through the rest of my topics here. We've gone longer than I anticipated. It's 10:30 here. You guys, it's earlier on your end there, but I am still in Chicago. Let me hit on toughness and talk about the toughness of Deebo Samuel. and his ability to play through. I mean, the dude, he was laying on the turf. He was clearly injured. There were several times he hobbled back to the sideline. He gets a little water, he gets a little rest, and the man is back out there. I watched him battle through it. I watched Trent Williams battle through it. I watched George Kittle battle through it. All of them were injured on the field, got going again. Dante Johnson got up off the field, got back in the game. DJ Jones, like all of these guys just battling through. This team is so tough across the board. It is insane to me. They have so much heart. So much heart. That's what gives me faith they can beat anyone remaining in the playoffs. Anybody they come up against. Because they have heart, they have grit, and they have toughness. And these things translate. The toughness is something that I think we have as an edge over the Los Angeles Rams. What we have to clean up are the missed opportunities. Those 3 drops at the beginning of the game could have completely changed the outcome. Now, this outcome was good, so I don't want to change it. Could have changed it for the negative. But those are critical missed opportunities because you know you're going to get the bad from Jimmy Garoppolo, right? You will get those interceptions, those things that we critique him for, that we properly critique him for. But we need the rest of the team to support him because he's not Patrick Mahomes, because he's not Josh Allen, because he's nowhere near those quarterbacks. We need the supporting cast to do more. So players, when a ball hits them in the hand, they absolutely must make the catch. Cannot have the penalties. Had too many of those for my comfort. Against the Rams, got to clean that up. The biggest concern for me, and I said it already, but injuries. The injuries are a critical concern. We need all of our bodies out there. We cannot have anyone miss time, not in this one. Man. But we are on to LA. I'm excited for the matchup. I think that we do match up favorably against them. The only concern I have is beating a team 3 times in a row and having beaten them 6 times in a row, 3 times in 1 year, having already beaten them 6 times in a row. Eventually the pressure builds and builds and builds, and something's got to give at some point. We just can't allow it to be now, which is why we need the healthy bodies to play so that we can physically outmatch that team, wear them down over 60 minutes, and come out of there with the W. I think it's going to be a close one. I truly believe it's going to be a close one, closer than people would say. Niner Empire. At Rob, do you think John Lynch will get Frank Gore a contract to join us in the Super Bowl if we get there? It would be so sweet if they did. It would be picture perfect. I mean, that would be the right thing to do from an organizational standpoint. That would be the way in which to support Frank Gore, the way in which he supported this organization. He is a team first guy, and I couldn't think of an ex-player who deserves it more. Cameron Clark, at Rob, how do you not absolutely love this team? Need a Niners win on my birthday. Is your birthday coming up this frickin' Sunday? Cameron, happy birthday in advance. I hope you get that birthday wish. Jonathan, I don't care what anybody says. Put Debo is the best player in the league. I know people always say quarterback, but my eyes tell me different. The eye test. Debo passes the eye test. Yes, he does, Jonathan. I agree. He is the best, most valuable player in the league. It's crazy. So much heart, so much toughness. It's unbelievable. Truly unbelievable. Takes my breath away. Again, it's special and we have to appreciate it. We have to actually take the time to appreciate it. Ethan, why is Kyle so hell-bent against using Trey within the red zone short yardage situation? He would add so much benefit in the red zone. Ethan, I'm with you on this. This does frustrate me, and what I've been calling for. At this point, though, I've given up calling for it because it seems Kyle Shanahan's just not going to make that happen. And he's just going to tighten up a little bit as each game goes. Raphael 562 Niners, Rob, Akers is going to fumble again in critical time. Oh, that would be sweet. That would be so sweet. Mr. Nuri, at Rob, the Packers are a season team, a regular season team. Not surprised when they lose. Packers fans, I was listening to the radio, AM radio, on my sketchy-ass drive back to Oshkosh where I almost died. I loved it. It was Packer fans. It was like listening to a microcosm of Niner fans talking about Jimmy. They were so upset, and they were talking about being a regular season team. It was good listening on the way back to Oshkosh. Cooks with Fire. Props to Rob for streaming from his bedroom. Gutsy. No, this is not my bedroom. This is actually a hotel room at the Waldorf Astoria in Chicago. So I am streaming from there. They seem to have a reasonable internet connection. They don't have my nice camera. I can't do my autofocus anymore, but it's good enough. MacBook works. Capri Sun gang. Will I be at the gang? Damn right I will. Bro Montana has joined the channel. Bro Montana, I love that name. I love Bro Montana. That is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. All right. This is going to be a weird thing to close on, but I want to do this. I won't blame you. There's like 800 people watching right now. I won't blame you if you drop off. But I want to do a dramatic reading of the speech from Al Pacino. This one is going to be a dramatic reading of Any Given Sunday, the halftime speech that he gives. If you enjoy it, hit the like button. If you don't, feel free to bail. But here we go. I don't know what to say, really. 3 minutes till the biggest battle of our professional lives all comes down to today. Now, either we heal as a team or we're going to crumble. Inch by inch, play by play, till we're finished. We're in hell right now, gentlemen. Believe me. And we can stay here, get the shit kicked out of us. Or we can fight our way back into the light. We can climb out of hell, 1 inch at a time. Now, I can't do it for you. I'm too old. I look around, I see these young faces, and I think, I made every wrong choice a middle-aged man could make. I pissed away all my money, believe it or not. I chased off anyone who's ever loved me. And lately, I can't even stand the face I see in the mirror. You know, when you get old in life, things get taken from you. That's part of life. But you only learn that when you start losing stuff. You find out life's this game of inches. So is football. Because in either game, life or football, the margin for error is so small. One half a step too late or too early, and you don't quite make it. 1/2 second too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us. They're in every break of the game, every minute, every second. On this team, we fight for that inch. On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone around us to pieces for that inch. We claw with our fingernails for that inch because we know when we add up all those inches, that's going to make the fucking difference between winning and losing, between living and dying. I'll tell you this, in any fight, it's the guy who's willing to die who's going to win that inch. And I know if I'm going to have any life anymore, it's because I'm still willing to fight and die for that inch, because that's what living is. The 6 inches in front of your face. Now, I can't make you do it. You got to look at the guy next to you. Look into his eyes. Now I think you're going to see a guy who will go that inch with you. You're going to see a guy who will sacrifice himself for this team because he knows when it comes down to it, you're going to do the same for him. That's a team, gentlemen. And either we heal now as a team, or we will die as individuals. That's football, guys. That's all it is. Now, what are you gonna do? Huh? All right. Well, I didn't drop off too many people, so it must have been somewhat entertaining. That was fun. I had to put it out there. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. Persist, bro. What is happening right now? Should I be concerned? No, just a reading of the halftime subscription. Not subscription. I got caught with my Sports Your Punishment saying I'm subscribing now. No, a halftime emotional reading of the halftime speech from Any Given Sunday. All right, 49 Glory. When in Inglewood, got to go to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Vouch for Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, no doubt. 49 Glory, thank you for putting that in there. It is a staple to the area. Ooh, I did skip some. I got to go back in time to find those previously submitted super chats. All right, we got Bro Montana coming on the channel. We got to that one. It looks like Trey came in. Trey's QBR after first two starts is worse than every other rookie this year after their first two starts. He's not good yet. Shanahan has hid him so people don't find out and know that they messed up the draft. I don't actually buy that one, Trey. Trey. I mean, I'm a Trey supporter in this, right? I believe he's going to be good. I do think he is protecting him. I do think he is protecting Trey from being exposed, right? And that's a good thing. He's allowing Trey to progress at the right state, at the right rhythm, if you will. Brian Rivera, dope. You need to do voiceover work. Bravo. Appreciate that. Some people were like, what is going on here? And dropped off. Lost about 100 viewers in that, but I wanted to close on that. I had to throw it in. Randall Riley, this donation is for all the trolls tonight. Absolutely unnecessary, and please don't dignify them much more with any more explanations to their rude behavior. Thank you, Randall. I appreciate that. I absolutely do. People, some enjoyed it. Cameron killed it. Killed it. No Border Sports. Good shit. Yes. I'm telling you, I had fun with that one. I think when people know what I was doing, they would have enjoyed it. Jason Mishler, attaboy, Rob. Yes. Matthew Mears, watched that movie one time years ago. Yes, indeed. Ryan asking, hi, bro, do the 49ers want to get Tom Brady next season? I had that thought today. Like, Tom is sort of leaving it out there. Maybe I'll retire. Maybe I want to freaking do this, do that. What if he just wants one? What if Trey is just a little bit away and you could have Tom for 1 year? I don't know. I mean, I'd be pretty cool with that. I would. Capri San saying, at Rob Schuh, do you think Trey was the right move in the draft? I do. I picked it before the draft and I stick with it. Absolutely stick with it. Call Win says, at Rob, Scent of a Woman, next episode. Stay tuned next time for scenes from Scent of a Woman. Yes. Maurice, yes, most of these fanboys just don't get it. Talking about, no insults there, just talking about my dramatic reading of Any Given Sunday. Yes. Jonathan coming in at the buzzer. What people don't understand is it takes 2 years to learn this offense. Smart to sit him and let him learn. Please understand that's basic football. I agree that he does need the time to learn in this offense, and I'm glad that he is getting that. I'm glad he wasn't rushed in. Niner fans need to have patience when he does get to play next year. Jack, at Rob, do you cover the 49ers full time? Because if you do, that's really cool. And any advice for someone who wants to go into sports journalism? I wrote for my college paper, covered NCAA basketball at University of the Pacific way back in the day. Do what you love. I do some other things as well, but this is my passion, and I'm going to put more and more of myself into it so long as it continues to bear fruit. Do something that brings you joy. That's what I will tell you. That's my life experience. That's what I'll share with people. Trade Trey coming in one last time. How do people think Trey better than Jimmy when his QBR after 2 starts is worse than every other rookie? What proof is there? Trey is good right now. For me, I'm not going on proof. I'm going off of the eye test and off of the tape that I saw from college and his physical abilities. So it is a leap of faith, and I get why some people might want to hold on to a veteran quarterback instead, but I believe that you've messed up this relationship between Jimmy and the organization. It's time to part ways. You have the physical skill set with Trey that clearly gives you something. Time to see what it is. Time to find out. All right, folks. It has been almost an hour 45. I love being on here with you. I'm so thrilled that we got to do this breakdown. Sorry it didn't come out last night, but I was driving through the harrowing streets of Wisconsin. Near-death experience. It was sketchy. I'm thrilled that everybody was here tonight. I hope it was a level-headed conversation for everyone. Hopefully nobody thought I was taking shots at them. That wasn't my intention. Even those 2 guys that I ended up blocking, it was just because they were bringing some negativity that felt like it was directed at me, and I didn't feel like I wanted to put up with that when I was in such a positive space. So I appreciate all of you guys being here. Appreciate you supporting and liking the content. Again, I welcome you. If you do enjoy the content, please do hit the like button on the video. Consider subscribing or supporting the channel as a sneakerhead, much like one of our newest sneakerheads, Raphael562 Niners. Thank you for the content, he says. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being a part of this. I will be traveling tomorrow, but if I get back to Portland in time, keep an eye on my Twitter handle. I'll let you know if I'll be going live because we got to get some broadcasts out before we go on to LA for the NFC Championship game, baby. Let's go, Niners.